we're going to talk about is my New York Yankees going to Tampa Bay to take on the Devil Rays. This, of course, is a 7.5 point total, and I don't want you to take too much away from the Vegas lines and the point totals right now. That's not really, what I really want you to care about. I want you to really concern yourself with getting your stacks down, because I don't care what anybody says. The most important part to the batting the batting section of your lineups, whether it's on FanDuel, DraftKings, or Yahoo, is going to be the stacks that you choose to employ. Now, the way you can blow yourself up quick is to roster cats all over the place. And that's why there's so many different stats out here to kind of take us off of guys. What I want you to do is invest in stacking. Now, we're going to roll through some of those confirmed lineups to kind of talk about guys we can stack or maybe use as a one-off. Now, dealing with the Yankees, we know the top five of their order is going to be Gardner, Gary Sanchez, Greg Bird, Matt Holliday, and Jacoby Ellsbury. And I can tell you right now, this is not a stackable offense for me, not against Jake Odorizzi. Dude is a right-hand pitcher. He's only facing at the top of the order. He's got two left-hand batters, Gardner and Bird. I do like Gary Sanchez in the spot, and I think that we can. I mean, Bird is going to blow up at some point. Greg Bird is going to blow up at some point, and I think we should be there when it happens. So I do like him in the spot that he is in, priced down to 2.8K. That is a very, very solid play. The only issue is the guy, only plays that first base spot. So if you get Bird, that means you're giving up an opportunity to get one of those bigger, high dollar, more probably solid return first baseman. But I do love the spot that Greg Bird is in today, and I'm going to have some of them, definitely. Aaron Fargus says no Yankees for him. He's making a stand, baby. So the guys that I like from the Yankee side are going to be pretty much in some one-off situations. Gary Sanchez, when I don't want to, when I would need an extra $100. Like if I have an extra 100 laying around and I've got Buster Posey, I'll go up to Gary Sanchez. I'll do that in some spots just to create that difference. So Greg Bird is a player I like. Sterling Castro deserves consideration as well. He's priced down at 2.8. A right-hander going up against Jake Odorizzi, not bad at all. Also, checking out on the Tampa Bay side. Now, these guys just has a really solid showing when it came to the batting, man. And we talked about this all day in the shop, talking about BVP and how much it matters, how much people think it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, Evan Longoria has a insanely long track record against CC Sabathia, and it is all good. I'm telling you, it is all good. He's probably going to be the chalk. I don't care. I don't care if he's chalky or not. I don't give a fuck. Evan Longoria has been destroying CC Sabathia. He was core 4 considerable. I love the spot that he is in. That is a right-hand batter going up against a left-hand pitcher. Also, I'm going to tell you a guy that I really like. You don't make hedge stacks? Yeah, I do. I make hedge stacks, but I don't do it on the same site. I make hedge stacks from site to site. I go from, like, I put on FanDuel, I'll do some stacks, and then I'll do some on DraftKings. I don't hedge on the same site. Because if one of my stacks hit, I want to take it down the line. I want to win first through fucking 10th is what I'm doing. So another guy that I like on the Tampa Bay side is going to be Steven Souza Jr. He is batting leadoff, which is a very nice spot to hit against CC Sabathia. Love the spot that he's in. He's priced at 3.2. Very affordable. Can help you pay up for your pitching. That's the guy that I like. Remember, you heard that. Steven Souza Jr., bro. He owns the Yankees in some spots. I've seen him destroy us. He's somebody who I love. So my two targets that I do have here is going to be Souza Jr. and Evan Longoria. Now, does this Tampa Bay lineup, the order, have stack potential? I like to say it does, like a mini 3-man stack. Maybe Souza Jr., Kevin Kiermaier, and Evan Longoria. I do not like Ricky Weeks Jr. He's priced down at 2.3, but it's somebody you can take a flyer on because since I like Evan Longoria so much, that forced me to take a look around some of the other guys around him. And you've got, Ricky Weeks Jr. at 2.3. He doesn't have a lot of pop in his bat, but, I mean, that's somebody that you can take a look at. Next game we're talking about. Now, this is where some of the best stacks, I think, on the night are going to come. Because a lot of us, weeks, I just talked about Weeks. Yeah, the dude's cheap as shit. He's cheap as shit. And if you like the guy, if you love Longoria and you want to stack that offense, you don't think you think he's more than a one-off play. He could be more than a one-off play. Then you can roster those guys around the order, around his spot in the order. You can do that. If you think those guys are going to get on base, the guys ahead of him, then you can roster those cats because maybe Longoria can drive him in. That's the whole point of a stack. So damn, Encarnacion for Cleveland isn't available. No, I saw that. I saw Morrison was out too. I saw that Morrison was out. So Next game we're talking about is the Colorado Rockies and the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm telling you, nobody is really going to want to take a shot at the Colorado and Milwaukee guys, even after what they did yesterday. I think it was a total of like almost 11 runs scored in that game, and you could have stacked it on either side and done really well. You could have done well on either side. So taking a look at the Colorado Rockies, the guys aren't incredibly high priced the way they would be if they were in Coors Field, but they are fairly expensive. So looking at the Colorado side, you got Blackman leading off, LeMahieu, Gonzalez, Arenado, and Trevor Story. Trevor Story fucking ripped it up last year, and this is a very, very good young player. We've got Charlie Blackman, the only guy that really can exploit being a left-hander against that right-hand pitcher. I'm not too much on Carlos Gonzalez, but the top of this order is stackable. Love Colorado stack. Nolan, Blackman, LeMahieu, Story. Yeah, the top of the order is fucking is so stackable, and a lot of people aren't going to do that. People hate stacking Colorado away from Coors because it's said that they have a very bad road split away from Coors Field. But I think in a very hitter-friendly park like Miller Park, you can definitely take a shot on these guys. On the Milwaukee side, I'm not seeing this as a stack per se, but I do like Jonathan Villar and Ryan Braun. Of course, they're playing in Miller Park. We don't have to worry about any weather concerns, anything like that, or wind or anything. They're playing in a fucking dome, so I have no issue with taking guys like VR as well as Ryan Braun will be their power hitter who bats third. So I like those two guys as well. That total is an 8-point total, with the Colorado Rockies suggested to score 4.4 runs on their side, and the Milwaukee Bucks 3 point. I said Milwaukee Bucks. Damn, it's not NBA, baby. It's MLB. It's MLB. David Crumpler says my one-off is Ryan Braun. I can dig it. I can agree with that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody thinks that the Rockies got to be at home for you to use them. Like if they're not in Coors, people don't touch them, and that's why you can get them just a little bit cheaper. So I do have a Rocky stack. I like them. I think these are two really good teams to stack because both of the pitching sucks. We look at Tyler Anderson, bro. He sucks. He's a bad left-handed pitcher. Zach Davies. I mean, Zach Davies isn't as horrible as Anderson, but in this park against them, I have no issue playing those Colorado guys against Zach Davies. Next game we're talking about is the Cleveland Indians going to Texas to take on the Rangers. This is a 9-point team total. Is there a late swap in MLB on DraftKings? Yes, there is late swap in MLB. Oh, you like Broxton? Keon Broxton? He's a 3.6. That's a pretty high price for him. I don't like him. You like Tyler Anderson for the cheap? I think people are under the impression that he's just batting fifth. Encarnacion is batting fifth. Yes, okay. Next game we're talking about is the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. It's the NBA. Y'all keep trying to tell me about NBA. Keon is a steal at the price coming from Dean Thomas. He thinks Keon is a steal. Let's check him out. Now this is a guy that can steal bags too. This is a guy that can steal bags. Keon Broxton. So we can take a look at him. Definitely. That price is 3.6 though. So is that a mini stack for you? Is that a mini stack? The Jonathan Villar, Keon Broxton, and Ryan Braun. Because I'm not on Domingo Santana. I'm not. Or Travis Shaw. I'm not on those guys. So the Cleveland Indians and the Texas Rangers. This is a 9-point total, with the Indians slated to score 5.5 and the Texas Rangers 4.3. We got Carlos Carrasco on the mound, facing up against Martin Perez. Perez, the left-handed slinger, not known for his heat, but does throw some pretty tricky stuff there. I like a lot of the Indian guys. I definitely think we can rock with the Indians guys. Let's take a look. We got Carlos Santana, switch hitter, priced at 4.3. Francisco Lindor, another switch hitter, priced at 4.3. Facing up against a left-handed pitcher in Martin Perez. We can rock with that. The guy that's third in the hole, Michael Brantley's not a player that I particularly like. He's a left-handed batter going up against that left-handed pitcher. And Edwin Encarnacion, it says here that he's batting fourth. Has there been a change to that? Has there been a change? Because I don't see any change to that. So that's a mini stack for me. Santana, Lindor, Edwin Encarnacion. Those would be the guys that I do like. Now, on the Texas Rangers side, Masara looks good. Mike Napoli. Mike Napoli, yo, if you're gonna be rostering Mike Napoli, just know that dude is probably gonna strike out a ton. Like, that dude strikes the fuck out. So we got all the right-handed pitchers against Perez. Do we have that? Against Perez, you can roster the right-handed pitcher. That's Encarnacion. That's Lindor. That's Santana. You can go all. Okay, I can dig that. Now, back to the Texas side. Nomar Mazara is a play that I like. I'm not on Mike Napoli. Odor is also a play that I really like. Now, he's the left-hander. Him and Mazara are left-handed guys going up against Carlos Carrasco. I'm going to tell you something about Mazara. This dude has the most Griffey-like swing I have seen in years. Check this dude out, man. I'm telling you. And this is the beautiful part about watching the games, bro, because you get to see these guys actually play. And I'm telling you, Nomar Mazara has one of the most beautiful swings. It looks effortless. But he is a dude with power. And at 3.4K, being a left-handed batter up against Carlos Carrasco, the right-handed pitcher, I think that this guy is in position to really make a solid splash tonight. So take a look at him. I like him, bro. I like him. Next game we're talking about is the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. This is an 8.5 point total with Seattle Mariners slated to score 4, and we got Houston Astros slated to score 4.8. This is probably one of the most owned stacks on the night. Everybody is going to be on the Houston Astros. I'm talking from 1 through 5. Everybody's going to be on them. And for good reason, man. They're in a very good matchup against who I think is going to be tonight's Shelly. It's going to be Hisashi Iwakuma. I really believe this dude's going to get shelled the shit out tonight. And I will have some exposure to those Houston guys. We starting it off with George Springer. Now, if George Springer wasn't batting leadoff, I wouldn't like him. But the fact that he's the first guy in the lineup, top of the order, I do like him. I like him. He says Joe Deary says he likes Carrasco's K potential, and that's something to be said of. There's something to be said about that because unless you think that these guys are going to put up 8 or 9 runs, and you think he can balance that out with his ability to get strikeouts, then that can be a solid play, and he might go at low ownership just because everyone's going to be afraid to roster cats against those Texas guys swinging. You look happy to be talking about MLB. I am, bro. I am. This is my shit. I love this shit, bro. I love this shit. I love this shit. So here we go. Back to the Houston Astros, man. I'm gonna have some exposure. We've got Springer, Bregman, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and Carlos Beltran. I will have exposure to the top 5, the first 1 through 5 in this order. I will have 1 through 5 in this order. Going up against Iwakuma, who I think is going to be tonight's Shelly, I have no issue there. On the Seattle Mariners side, of course, Iwakuma is going to be the starting pitcher, 7.7. That's a play that I will not even attempt to make. Lance McCullers Jr., what do you think about him? Now, when we talk about McCullers and strikeout upside, that dude has tremendous strikeout upside. And looking at the Seattle side, sort of the best bats in their orders are the guys that actually try to hit for the power. So if these guys are looking to really, swing big against Lance McCullers and get those high balls out, I think that we can take advantage of that by giving him a play in our lineups. He's somebody that I kind of do like. I do like him because on this side, on the Seattle side, we've got Robinson Cano batting third. We've got Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, all guys that can hit for power. Starting off the rotation is going to be starting off the order is going to be Gene Segura and Mitch Hanger. I have no interest in either of those guys. This is not so much a stackable offense for me. I kind of like Robinson Cano and Nelson Cruz if I was forced to play somebody off the Seattle side. But I do like Lance McCullers Jr., man. Price at 9.5. That's a little more than I like to pay for a pitcher that doesn't have that big name. But Corey Lewis says Maeda is around the same price, and he likes him more. And I do have some Maeda as well. I do. Dean Thaw says stack Seattle. I'm not on that. The next game we're talking about is the Chicago Cubs going to Busch Stadium to take on the Cardinals. This is a 7-point total, one of the lower point totals on the slate. We've got Jake Arrieta, the right-handed pitcher, priced at 10.4, matching up against Adam Wainwright, the right-handed pitcher, at 7.3. Wainwright, I'm not on him. I'm not on them. I'm just not gonna pay down to get shelled. I'm not just. There's no point in paying down to get shelled, bro. And I'm not, because I mean we're dealing with the Chicago order that didn't all have tremendous showings, right? How's the weather? It is mostly cloudy. We've got humidity 72%, 7 miles per hour wind. There is a 0% chance of rain. The dew point is 52, and the last update was 2:15 p.m. We've got that. Is Wainwright still good? I'm hesitant to stack the Cubs. No, you can stack the Cubs, bro. You don't have to shy away from the Cubs. I think the Cubs can rock this dude, man. That's what I really think that. And I like the Cubs order from top to from 1 to 5. I like the whole thing. Wainwright is washed up. So we got Kyle Schwarber batting leadoff, the left-hander going up against the right-handed Wainwright. 4.1K is the price tag. I don't have an issue there. Chris Bryant is a player that I do like at 4.7. Now, and the funny thing is, most people that hit home runs yesterday are not going to hit home runs today. Can we agree on that? No. Most people that hit home runs yesterday are not going to hit home runs today. But somebody will. Somebody will, bro. Somebody will. Somebody's going to be on pace. Oh, this dude's on pace for 190 home runs. Like, somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it, bro. And we need to find out who that guy is. So, don't fall in love with guys that just hit a home run the other day or yesterday and are back playing today. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't fall in love with everybody. Don't just be like, oh shit, dude had a great game last night, because the chances are the people that hit home runs are probably not going to hit home runs today. Don't fall in love with that. It's too early in the season. But I guarantee you, at least one motherfucker who hit a home run either on Sunday or Monday is going to hit a home run Tuesday. Somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it. So, Kyle Schwarber, he is dual position eligible, center or outfielder. We've got Chris Bryant in that 2-hole. Anthony Rizzo, who I do like, he's a left-handed hitter going up against Adam Wainwright. I love him at 4.5. And the top of the order is pretty priced up. 4.1 for Schwarber, 4.7 for Chris Bryant, and 4.5 for Anthony Rizzo. I do like Addison Russell batting cleanup at 3.2. That is a very, very cheap price for a cleanup hitter, and he is second baseman and shortstop eligible. Now, what do you think about Wilson Contreras? Can we go 5 deep in this stack? I think we can go 5 deep with this Chicago stack. I like this a lot. Now, on the other side, checking out the St. Louis Cardinals, we've got Dexter Fowler leading off. I don't have an issue with him at all. He is a switch hitter going up against Jake Arrieta. But I just don't really want to test Jake too much, man. I just don't want to test Jake too much today. I'm not in love with testing Jake Arrieta. Dude can pitch fairly well. So there's not a lot on this roster that I like at all. You outside of maybe Matt Carpenter or Molina, maybe some Dexter Fowler in some spots, but other than that, man, I won't be having too much of this. I do have one Contreras. Okay, cool. I don't want to test Jake. Any interest in Buster Posey? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, be like Buster Posey. Hell, you be like Buster Posey. Got to do some checking before lock. Cool. Yeah. I like. Yeah. Jake is a psycho. I'm fading the Cardinals. Agree. Arrieta's fresh and ready to go. Bulldog getting off. Don't go after Arrieta unless you have to. Exactly. Now we develop an understanding, creating sweatshop rules. I dig that. I definitely dig that. So, getting back into it. As I said, I do not want to test Arrieta, but if you want to, I would just give you maybe a couple of guys that you might be able to look to if you felt froggy and you wanted to take that jump, but I'm not fucking with it. All right, so I want to make sure that I do some checking on Encarnacion. Edwin, yeah, he's batting 4th. He's batting cleanup. Yeah, just do some checkup on that. Next game we're talking about is the San Francisco Giants going to Phoenix, Arizona to Chase Field to take on the Diamondbacks. This is in a dome, so there is no issue with weather concerns at all. And I'm telling you, I fucking love this stack of the San Francisco Giants. It's affordable. They're all good. They play small ball. You don't have to worry about everybody just trying to hit Jackson swing for the fences. These guys want to get on base. I love the San Francisco stack, and I think it's the perfect pivot to going so hard on Houston, because that's what they've been selling us all day long. All of the major sites, I've been listening to them. Houston. Oh, altitude, Houston. Gotta play Houston. Houston all day. And they weren't really talking too much about the San Fran, and that's the stack that I love the most. And looking at it, can we start with Gorkis Hernandez at 2.6? In some lineups, I will, just because he's so fucking cheap. But the main area I'm going to be stacking is going to be from the 2 to the 6, man. I love Brandon Belt. Hunter Pence is probably in the very best BVP matchup on the slate. Dude has owned Patrick Corbin in the time he's played against him, so I love him. I'm going to be starting, like I said, at the 2. Brandon Belt, Hunter Pence, Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, and Eduardo Nunez. Those are the guys that I love a lot. Those are the guys that I love. I love that. Yeah, I did post up an at-bat tutorial, kind of taking you through this a little bit. If you don't have this app, it's called at-bat, MLB at-bat. You've got to get this, bro. You can look up any stat that you want to look up, anything. You got to love it. Brandon Belt leads all first basemen on the slate today in line drive percentage. I like that. That's coming from the shop. That's what you get. That's what y'all would get if y'all wasn't here. I love y'all cousins on Twitter and on YouTube, but I need you to come on and become immediate family members like the brothers we got here and sisters, that we got in here. So, I love this. So, Belt, Pence, Posey, Brandon Crawford, and Eduardo Nunez are the guys that I love the most for the San Francisco Giants. Now we talk about Johnny Cueto is gonna be pitching, and I'm gonna be real with you. Johnny Cueto is getting older. He's 31 years old, but he's not done. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. The two things I really like about playing Cueto in this situation, number one, is going to be the run support. And the fact that the guys that he's facing, man, this is just not a lineup that I'm particularly, worried about. Outside of Goldschmidt and maybe Tomas, those are the only guys I think that could really give Cueto trouble. And I say that because he is not a heady pitcher that uses location. He's more of a power, get that ball down there type of pitcher. And I think those guys hit fastballs very well. Goldschmidt as well as Yasmani Tomas. But I do like Cueto. Grant Gonzalez says he would like Cueto more if he were in San Francisco. Yeah, and that's true. That's definitely right. It says Jake Lamb. You like Jake Lamb? Does well against Johnny Cueto. Peralta is another guy that we like. So I'm gonna add him to my player pool on the strength of the sweatshop, because I don't know everything. These cats do. This group knows everything. So I'm gonna add that to my player pool. All right. So to the targets here on the Arizona Diamondbacks side is gonna be David Peralta, Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb, and Yasmani Tomas. Next game we're talking about is gonna be the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim taking on the Oakland Athletics. You know what? What does everybody think about Shoemaker, bro? What does everybody think about Shoemaker? What about an Anaheim stack? Now, all right, Cole Calhoun, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, maybe some CJ Cron. That's where I would go with that. I kind of do like that. And I love Shoemaker, bro. Nobody is talking about him. Nobody wants to play Shoemaker. Why does nobody want to play Shoemaker? I like him. The sweatshop, y'all like him. I was just listening around today, and nobody really wanted to play Shoemaker, and I like him. I've got some Shoemaker. David Cutler said he likes Shoemaker. He was his favorite pitcher last year. I'm into it. Didn't he? He got hit in the head with a pitch, and that's what kind of shortened his season, right? Isn't that what happened to Shoemaker? He's a sleeper, but does he have enough around him to get the win? Now that's the great question. Well, when you got Mike Trout, you got Albert Pujols, CJ Cron, Cole Calhoun, some really good guys there. I think he can get the win, especially face up against the Oakland Athletics, who I'm not afraid of their batting order at all. Voit is the only player that would scare me in Oakland. I was just about to say that. Now wait a minute, you got to think about Matt Joyce too. I like Matt Joyce is cheap as shit at 2.3. He's cheap as fuck. I kind of like him. And he's left-handed, going up against Matt Shoemaker is a right-handed pitcher. Excuse me. I don't have an issue there. So there's nobody that I really like, really. for the Oakland A's, and this is a 7.5 total with a 0% chance of rain. Mostly cloudy. The humidity is about 64%. 8-mile-per-hour wind. 61 degrees Fahrenheit. The dew point is 48. So I think that we're in good standing for this game to go ahead and play. The next game we'll talk about, in the last game on the slate, Trout. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's Mike Trout. Just play Mike Trout, bro. If you can get up to him, play him. If you can get up to him, play him, bro. No doubt. Last game we're gonna talk about this is the one everybody wants to know what's up with, and this is the San Diego Padres going to Dodger Stadium to take on the LA Dodgers. It is a 7.5 point total with a 54% clear humidity. It's clear. It's gonna be a little humid. 4-mile-per-hour winds. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. 0% chance of rain. With a dew point of 50 is what we have out here in LA in Dodger Stadium. So Clayton Richard is going to be taking a mound for the San Diego Padres, and Kenta Maeda is going to be there for the LA Dodgers. I love Maeda. So far, my interest is Colorado, LA, San Francisco pitcher. Yeah, I agree. Kenta Maeda is going to be the chalk. And you know what? I can dig that, and he should be, for good reason, because the San Diego Padres fucking suck. He sucks. Now, yeah, the San Diego Padres suck. Maeda on FanDuel is a no-brainer. I like him on FanDuel. I do. I like him on FanDuel because you only get that one shot on FanDuel for your pitching, so you better make it count. I like it. So we're at, what time is it? 6:11. I want to leave you guys with a few minutes to adjust your lineups, make sure everything's straight. And I'm telling you, if you have any lineup in MLB that you're not stacking, you're fucking wrong and you're cheating yourself, okay? Because look, listen. There's this guy. He works for one of the largest sites. And I can tell you, he is not the only, but the guy that I respect the most when it comes to his analysis of games and of sports, right? The dude's name is Pepsi7. And one time, I was just getting into NHL a year or two back, and I listened to this dude talk. And I saw the passion in his face. I saw the honesty, coming off of his lips as he was talking about this game that he fucking loves. He loves NHL, you can tell. And the way that he talked about it, it was just so assuring to me, like, yo, this dude is not bullshitting me. And maybe it's because NHL is not as big a sport as a lot of the other ones are, so there's no need for him to mislead people and lie to people, because you gotta like NHL in order to really play it. But the honesty that he had when he talked about it, I was like, yo, I like this dude. I can fuck with this dude. And he talked a lot about, stacking front lines. Take a chance at poker face. he talked a lot about, which front lines to stack when it came to NHL. Now, if I didn't know NHL, and I didn't at the time, I was just picking the players that I like. And I never would roster the same two cats off of the same team, or the same cats off the same teams. Like, I didn't understand the concept of lines and, on a power play, who you want to be together on a power play. Like, I didn't know. So I was just playing guys that I knew. And it seemed like he was talking to me. He was telling me, like, yo, you got to play front line, the second line, the third line, So it made complete sense. And baseball should be the same way. Every lineup should have a line stack, a top order stack. Every lineup, bro. Now, I'm not going to tell you that, yeah, because you probably could win in baseball by just cherry picking different cats off of different teams. You probably could. Think about how fucking perfect you would have to be in order to do that. But those stacks, man, the top of the order stacks is where you should start most of your lineups, especially under pitching when it starts that batting stuff. You gotta have those stacks. And as I was going over that, it made me think about him and how honest he was about, because just look, if NHL was a huge big ass sport and he didn't have to tell you that, and you would just play your money and not even try to stack a top line or a second line, then he wouldn't say nothing. You just keep taking your money while he stacks the top line, second line. So that's not what I'm doing. I want you to know we got the stack, bro. Stack the top orders, man. Find ones that you like and fucking stack them, and then mix and match around those cats, players that you see as value plays. So, or pay up, or whatever you want to do. So back to this last game, man. We've got Kenta Maeda, who is probably going to be the chalk on FanDuel. He is a guy that I really do like. I'm going to have him in most of my FanDuel lineups, keep up with everybody else. I do like him some in DraftKings. I've got a lot of Maeda. I got a lot of Cueto, of course. I got a lot of Shoemaker as well. So and also on Yahoo, you play 2 pitchers on Yahoo. 2 pitchers on Yahoo. Now, and Grant Gonzalez says he always stacks 3 to 4 guys. Kristaps Porzingis is out. That is an NBA nugget. Kristaps is out. Get him out if you got him in your lineups. Right? Love me some Lopez brothers. Brother Love. Oh, yeah, that's NBA. Okay, so Logan Forsythe for the LA Dodgers. Corey Seager, of course, is batting second. We've got Justin Turner. And I would go all the way down to Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez is the player that I really like the most in this game. I love him because he's fairly cheap and playing at first base, and he can give you a different transition from playing up in some spots. So I do like those 4 guys for the Dodgers. That's going to be my Dodger stack. On the Padres side, only 2 guys that I would even think about rostering, and that's Ryan Shrimp and Hunter Renfroe. Those are the only 2 guys that I like. Kristaps Porzingis, Derrick Rose, and Lance Thomas are all out for the New York Knicks. Forsythe is a lock. No, you the man, James. You the man. So thank y'all so much for engaging in this session of the DFS Sweatshop Live. Thank y'all so much for everything y'all do, man. Last night, bro, I was going through it. Last night. And I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to talk to my brothers. So I jumped in. Now, who's a good pivot for Porzingis? I would say Saric, but he's on the fucking minutes limit. And I didn't have any. I wasn't gonna play Kristaps at all, any fucking way. So I didn't have him in any spots. So let's check on that. We need to find you a pivot for Kristaps Porzingis. Alex Rose, what's up, big homie? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Who we got? Who is a pivot for Kristaps? I mean, you can roster behind him and then pay up to somewhere else because Hernan Gomez is probably gonna get the start there. Go down to Surge and up to PG-13. Ooh, I love Paul George. He's one of my favorite players on the slate. I love him. I'm all in on Paul George a lot. So we got the power forward spot. Portis, the Bulls are gonna blow out, and he can get a ton of run. Ibaka, Mo looked ahead. Chris Sales day tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. Chris Sales, man. Chris Sales. I don't want to see him. I appreciate the work you're doing. Let's take down the Sharks. Thank you, bro. My power forward position is Dallas and Charlotte. Who do we got? Yeah, Sharks. Love. Kevin Love is 7.3, bro. A couple of lines that I got, I'm stacking the shit out of Cleveland. I got LeBron, Kyrie, Love, and Tristan Thompson. Go to Kevin Love. If Kristaps is out, the easy pivot is Kevin Love. He's 100 less and actually has more upside, actually. And they're playing for something. They're still trying to get that first place seeding coming into the playoffs. They got to overtake Boston to get that. Play Kevin Love, bro. I like him anyway. I had him in some lineups anyway. So really quick, man. Just going over these stacks. These five stacks, 4 stacks. Excuse me. I got Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Russell, Contreras for Chicago. We've got Springer, Bregman, Altuve, Correa, and Carlos Beltran there. A stack that I love, and people are not going to want to play. They're not going to want to play this stack. They're just not, because they're not at cores. Whenever they're not in cores, people hate to play them. Anderson is a pitcher. We've got Blackman, LeMahieu, Gonzalez, Arenado, and Trevor Story. I like that, man. Trevor Story at 4.1. I like that. I like that a lot. And the last one is in the same game. It's in the same game. It is Villar, Broxton, Braun, Santana, and Travis Shaw. Thank y'all so much, man, for rolling in, man. Go out, man, and really ball out tonight, okay? I want to see the logo in high places. If you do not have the logo, come check me out. Hit us up at www.dfssweatshop.com. That is where I will move you from the cousins over on Twitter and on YouTube. I will place you into this group, pull back the velvet rope, and allow you into the very best Facebook group online. These are where the brightest minds hang out. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful and profitable Tuesday, and let's keep this shit going, man. Thank y'all so much. And one thing I want y'all to do in the sweatshop all the time is what? Keep it 300.